After a commercial break, we're back at church with Robyn and the girls. Robyn explains that she and her husband are no longer polygamous, and that the kids don't have any desire to marry into plural families. In a confessional, Christine says she doesn't go to any church or affiliate with any religion. Christine says her religion is being kind and doing good. Pastor Charlie asks Aurora and Brianna to describe their own spiritual journeys. Aurora, who looks terrified, says that she didn't feel welcome at their old church. Robyn says she had a positive experience in the church, but at this point, she doesn't live anywhere near where her church practices, and the basics of the religion, plural marriage, don't apply anymore. Robyn says that her former religion and being in a plural marriage was such a major part of her identity, so she feels somewhat lost now. She said she never expected to be in a monogamous relationship with Kody, and since Kody will probably never marry another wife, she now has to grapple with this new identity. However, she says if Kody were open to it, and if she could guarantee that it would work, she would be interested in living plural marriage again, which is kind of shocking given what the family has been through. But Robyn is nothing if not loyal to her husband, her sister wives, in theory, and even when they don't want her to be, and her old religion. Robyn says she is having mixed feelings about even going to a new church, since her old church shaped so much of her life. Throughout the Sister Wives series, viewers have been privy to the intimate struggles, triumphs, and heartbreaks of the Brown family. One of the most compelling figures in the family, particularly in recent seasons, has been Robyn Brown, Kody Brown's fourth wife. Robyn's journey is one of emotional growth, vulnerability, and self-discovery. After joining Kody's family, Robyn's relationship with him and the other wives, Mary, Janelle, and Christine, has been a source of both tension and connection. But beneath the complex dynamics of polygamy, Robyn has been on a personal journey of reconciling her past and present, searching for her true identity as an individual beyond the roles of wife, mother, and family member. Robyn's life before joining the Brown family was marked by failed marriages, personal losses, and a struggle to find stability. Her past relationships, particularly her marriages, have been central to understanding her current state of mind and how they continue to influence her search for identity in the wake of her past failures. The complexity of her character and her attempts to carve out a space for herself in the Brown family system form the basis of her ongoing personal narrative, a story of reinvention, healing, and growth. As the family matriarch, Kody's shifting dynamics and his preferences among the wives have impacted Robyn in profound ways, leaving her to wrestle with a desire for independence while navigating the challenges of a plural marriage. The constant pressure of trying to fit into a predefined mold has made it difficult for Robyn to forge a path that is uniquely her own. Her experiences of failure, pain, and longing have shaped her as a person, but they have also driven her to seek a new identity, one that is more rooted in self-empowerment and authenticity. In this creative exploration, we delve into Robyn's struggles to find her true identity, how her past failed marriages influence her emotional journey, and the deep-seated challenges she faces as she works toward personal growth and reinvention. As she continues her journey of self-discovery, Robyn's evolving story speaks to the universal human experience of navigating love, loss, and the quest for self-worth. The past that shaped Robyn. Before becoming Kody's wife, Robyn's life was marked by several failed marriages that left her heartbroken and searching for stability. Her first marriage was to a man named David Jessup, and the relationship, like many others before it, ended in divorce. Robyn had 3 children from her marriage to David, and as a single mother, she faced many of the same challenges that many women experience when raising children alone. She was a devoted mom, but the emotional toll of a failed marriage took its toll on her self-esteem and sense of identity. Robyn's first divorce left her feeling lost, and she questioned her worth as a partner and mother. She felt as though her dreams of building a loving family had been shattered, and she struggled with a sense of failure. Her relationship with David was complicated, and by the time they divorced, Robyn had a lot of unresolved emotional baggage. She had to navigate the complexities of raising children as a single mother while working to heal from the wounds of a failed marriage. The emotional scars from her first divorce carried over into her subsequent relationships, affecting her self-image and approach to love. Her second marriage to a man named Kody Brown wasn't one she initially envisioned. Kody had already been married to 3 other women, and when Robyn joined the family, she was stepping into a complicated and challenging dynamic. However, it was through this marriage that Robyn would find both love and new challenges. The struggles of joining a plural marriage. When Robyn joined Kody's family, she was entering an entirely new world, one that was built around shared husbands, spiritual bonds, and a complicated sister-wife dynamic. The challenges of joining a plural marriage would test Robyn's sense of identity, self-worth, and ability to feel seen in the midst of a complex family system. One of the immediate challenges Robyn faced was finding her place within the family. Unlike many of the other wives, Robyn entered the family at a later stage, and her relationship with Kody became one of his primary focuses, which caused tension with his other wives. As Kody's favorite wife, Robyn was frequently accused of taking attention away from the other wives, and this created conflict and a sense of insecurity within the family. Robyn's desire to be loved and accepted by Kody and the other wives was a constant source of tension, but it was also a reflection of her ongoing struggle to find her own sense of belonging. Beyond the obvious challenges of being in a plural marriage, Robyn's personal struggles with her identity were compounded by her desire to build a harmonious and loving family. She longed for the stability and emotional support she had never fully experienced in her past marriages. But the realities of polygamy presented a constant obstacle to her achieving this dream. Her emotional needs often went unfulfilled as Kody struggled to divide his time and attention among 4 wives and multiple children. Robyn's desire to feel important and valued often clashed with the complexities of the family structure, and as a result, she found herself grappling with a sense of displacement and confusion. Emotional dependence on Kody. One of the most significant aspects of Robyn's identity crisis lies in her emotional dependence on Kody. Having grown up in a world that lacked emotional stability, Robyn sought Kody's validation and affection to fill the void left by her failed marriages. While she may have initially found comfort in his attention, her dependence on him began to create an unhealthy dynamic, where her sense of self-worth was tied to how much love and attention Kody was willing to give her. This emotional dependence on Kody made it difficult for Robyn to forge her own path. She became so invested in maintaining his approval and affection that she sometimes neglected her own emotional needs. She wanted to be Kody's number one, but the reality of sharing him with 3 other wives left her feeling less than, and in many ways inadequate. This emotional tug-of-war between seeking validation and feeling overlooked was a central conflict in Robyn's life. Robyn's emotional attachment to Kody also fueled insecurities about her place in the family. As Kody's relationship with his other wives grew strained, Robyn found herself shouldering more responsibility within the family. At times, this meant caring for Kody's children from previous marriages or providing emotional support for the other wives, even when she was struggling herself. Her sense of identity became increasingly entangled with her role in the family, and the pressure of balancing her individual needs with the demands of her role as a wife and mother left her feeling overwhelmed. failed marriages, and emotional baggage. Robyn's previous marriages left her with emotional scars that affected how she navigated her relationship with Kody and his other wives. Her failed marriages were a reminder of her own insecurities and the doubts she had about her ability to maintain a successful relationship. She often questioned whether her marriage to Kody would meet the same fate as her previous relationships, and this fear of failure lingered in the back of her mind. The emotional baggage from her first marriage, in particular, was heavy. Her relationship with David Jessup was characterized by feelings of betrayal, disillusionment, and unfulfilled expectations. When that marriage ended, Robyn was left to pick up the pieces of her life, but she carried the weight of that failure with her into her marriage with Kody. The insecurities and fears of being abandoned or unworthy of love never fully went away, and this emotional baggage had a lasting impact on her identity. Even within the context of polygamy, where there was an expectation of unconditional love and spiritual fulfillment, Robyn still struggled with the fear that she wasn't enough. Her previous marriages had taught her that love could be fragile, and in some ways, she viewed her relationship with Kody through the lens of past failures. This fear created an emotional barrier that prevented her from fully embracing her role within the family and allowed her doubts to erode her self-esteem. The process of reinvention, finding her own path. As the seasons of Sister Wives unfolded, Robyn began to experience a shift in her approach to her life and identity. The longer she spent in the Brown family, the more she realized that she needed to create her own path outside of the roles of wife and mother. She could no longer define herself solely through her relationships with Kody and the other wives. Instead, she began to search for an identity that was uniquely hers, one that wasn't defined by her past marriages or her role within a plural family. This process of reinvention wasn't easy, and it came with its own set of challenges. Robyn had spent so much time defining herself through her relationships that it took time for her to reconnect with her sense of individuality. She had to dig deep into her emotional well-being and rebuild her self-esteem, learning to appreciate herself without relying on the validation of others. This journey was, in many ways, an ongoing struggle. As Robyn began to find her own voice, she started to take more initiative in her personal life. She made decisions for herself, whether that meant focusing on her children's well-being, seeking emotional fulfillment in new ways, or pursuing her own interests outside the family dynamic. The process of self-discovery was liberating, but it also came with moments of doubt and fear. Over time, Robyn's sense of identity began to shift from a dependency on Kody's love and approval to a stronger, more independent sense of self. She started to realize that she didn't need to be Kody's number one in order to be worthy of love and respect. Her relationships with Kody and the other wives became more balanced as she learned to value herself more and put her own emotional needs first. The road ahead. Striving for balance and self-discovery. Robyn's journey of self-discovery is ongoing, and the road ahead is still filled with challenges. The dynamics of polygamy, with its constant balancing of multiple relationships, can make it difficult for anyone, especially someone with Robyn's emotional history, to find peace and a strong sense of self. However, what is clear is that Robyn is on a path toward finding her own identity beyond the confines of her past relationships and her role as a wife in a plural marriage. As she continues to navigate her role in the Brown family, Robyn's journey is one of healing, growth, and personal transformation. She is learning to embrace her individuality, confront her emotional baggage, and create a new narrative for her life. While her past will always be a part of her story, Robyn is no longer defined by her failures. She is learning that true happiness and fulfillment come not from others' expectations, but from her own sense of self-worth. Robyn's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of reinvention. In a world where love, relationships, and personal identity can often feel complicated and uncertain, Robyn's ongoing journey towards self-discovery provides hope for anyone who has ever struggled to find their own path in the face of adversity. All sister wives in US Update. My Kelty Padron, Kody Brown, related. For you, recently uploaded.